Hey people, it's Kelly at Print Pray Slay, and it is the 21st of December. I don't know when this video is gonna come out, but it's 21st when I'm recording. And I just showed you a video of how I decorated um, my faith planner and added my winter prayer journal section to it. Um, but I wanted to continue on with this thing that I was doing pretty much last month, where I show you how I'm journaling in my faith planner. So I'm about to show you an entry that is based on somebody else. Like I just watched the news and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pray for that person, and I prayed out loud, like just me. But I was like, oh, let me write it and thus sharing that story with you all. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna write my prayers for today and record them. And hopefully, this is something that I continue on until I finish all of the prayers that will fill up the pages that I just showed you all in the previous process video. So let's flip the camera around and get to it. Okay, so it's day one. And again, I'm in my winter prayer journal. So for this first day, I am praying for a gentleman by the name of Rogel Aguilera Monderos, who is 23 years old. And he was involved in a semi truck accident in Colorado. He was the driver, and he accidentally killed four individuals as a driver of that semi truck. And those individuals were Miguel Arellano, William Bailey, Dale Harrison, and Stanley Politero. I'm sorry, so sorry if I'm messing up anybody's names, but I wanted to write the names of the people who passed away and him as well, because he was sentenced to, and their families, I'm sorry. So the families were in the court as he was sentenced to 110 years for this accident that he was involved in. And a lot of people felt that that was harsh, given that he was so apologetic and so sorry for the accident and how it happened. So I was just praying for those individuals that died that day, as well as the families involved and those who lost loved ones, and the young man, because he's only 23 years old. So that was a really, really sad incident. And I have an update actually. I just saw on the news that it was reduced from 110 to 10 years. So hopefully that is something that gives him a little bit more peace, as well as the families as well. I believe some of them were not okay with the 110 years either. On this next day, I am praying for the safety of everyone in my county and my district. We had a severe outbreak of COVID that was just running through all the schools. They closed 3 schools automatically. And then honestly, I got sent home on close contact along with like 19 other teachers in my school. And then eventually they just closed all of the schools in our county. And we were really concerned. I went to school and one of my whole classes was not there, so I was already on like high alert. But I support the fact that they all, the admin staff decided to close the schools for the safety and well-being of the scholars and the staff. So it's this new variant, like Omicron variant. I know you know what that is. And it just really, to me, took everybody by storm, because I really thought that this Christmas we were going to be able to all hang out with each other and travel and things like that. And we still probably were able to do that, but had to take like a lot of precaution and care, more than what we thought we would have had to. So I was just praying for the safety and well-being of all of the teachers, staff, students, and everyone, their families, as we go through this really harsh time. Like, this is just crazy. I can't believe it's been like a smooth 2 years and we are still dealing with this situation. I'm just, oh my goodness. I actually know some scholars, they had already opened up to me and told me that they actually had contracted the virus. And so I, wanted to give my prayers for them and their families, because one person got it, a lot of stuff happens in the household. I decided on the next day to throw something in there about my family and capturing moments during Christmas. So I have that. We did like movie night, cookies, specifically snickerdoodles. We cooked together, shopped together, and how those precious moments are important to me. And I thank God that I'm able to have those moments with them. I just wanted to put that in there, even though I know that this was me praying for other people. It just was something that was on my heart. So, and then we go into the next day, and I was listening to the song, What Do the Lonely Do on Christmas? And I was like, I gotta pray about that, because that's a real thing. Like, a lot of people feel really, really lonely during Christmas, and it's because they may have, fallen out of contact with their loved ones, their family, their friends, and things like that. And folks really do feel depressed during a time where a lot of people are celebrating, and sometimes they get lost in the mix because everybody is so happy around this time. But I didn't want to lose sight of the fact that some people need God's comfort like no other in this time. So that was what the prayer was in that green, what are my patrons calling that, like a blob? That's what I put into that green blob. And then on the back of my tip-in says, open our hearts to share your love. And then I talked about how a few years ago my children were in ICU at Children's, and that was a really, really hard time for us. And I know that there are families that are still there, not to this day, like from when I was there. I'm not sure of that, but I know that, the ICU has children still in it. And so I was just praying for those families who didn't mean to spend their Christmas there, which I'm assuming is pretty much anybody that is there. That's not where they thought they were going to be on Christmas or around this time. So I was just, praying for them and their peace, and hoping that God blesses them and their health and their wellness, and the people who are in charge of their wellness. So that'll be the nurses, the doctors, and everything that's involved in hospital care. And those 3 little circles, I actually talk about this experience and how wonderful it feels to kind of jump out of what I am used to praying about, which is really my life and how I feel and how I'm studying and the things that I see, and pray for either something I saw on the news or somebody else. So I really, really like this process, and I felt like this is something that I want to continue to do just within my own journaling. This next prayer is for a young gentleman named Charles Brown, who is a wonderful vocalist at Zion Church, which is the church that I attend. He, to me, unexpectedly passed away right before Christmas, I believe on the 17th. And I got to add that. I wanted to put that it was, I believe it was December 17th. And I was just like, since I've been going to this church, I've been going to this church since my youngest was a itty bitty baby, like newborn, and she is now 9. And I remember him sticking out greatly because his voice was so powerful and just so touching. And so I was praying for giving thanks that, he was able to share his gift with the whole church and those watching online, and praying for his family because of his loss, and all of his friends and everybody that he touched, which I assume is so many people. Let's see. I'm actually in my journal right now. All right. Let me flip my page. All right. So I decided to go back. Let's see. Let me go back to it. I decided to go back and write on this tip-in. And I got some emails from scholars while I was on break. And I know everybody's like, you're a teacher, stop. Don't answer emails. But if they email me, I'm going to email them back. And they were worried about their grades. They were just stressed out about being home and things like that, and not being able to be with their friends, especially since my school has already decided to go virtual before Christmas break and after Christmas break. So I was praying for them and praying for their peace, because this is a trying time, since I specifically teach a ton of seniors, and they really, really are stressed out around this time. You know, I teach a semester course, and so for my course and anybody else's course that is a semester, this is it. Like after a second semester, that's pretty much all you can, do to make up your grade. So I was just trying to give them some relief in the situation. Going forward, I am praying about small businesses and how they're closing their books now in a time where they probably felt they were going to recoup from last year's losses. And I'm just praying that God supply small businesses with the resources to do the task that He has for them. And that we all, because I fall in that category, and that we all just remain focused on what God has for us and encouraged. So I was just praying for, I think I'm praying for all businesses, but specifically small businesses. I'm talking about Christmas bonuses and how, if they didn't come in, hopefully, everybody has what they need in order to do what they want to do with their family this season, because that is a big part of the memory that a lot of people are trying to maintain and hold within their family. And this was just really, really different for me to pray about money, and I don't want to shy away from doing that, because that's real. That is something that a lot of people, that's a part of life, so you can't run away from it. Might as well not. And then the last part, it was different. It was about Christmas dinner. It may seem odd, but I really feel like I hope that people enjoy their Christmas dinners with their family. That is all, honestly. But I really hope that you all love this video. And I hope to do this again. I really like sharing my prayer journal with you all. And I hope that you like the flip through. Please leave me a comment or a question if you have any. All right. Bye.